moments that you have when you do these things, and I think it's more the moment. These guys came from Woods of Delaware. Where was you from?
Who's fighting right now? Who's fighting right now? Who's fighting right now? Who's Let me see him. Let me see him. Let me see him. Let me see him.
Listen, man, it's your boy D-Mac, man. Fire Nice Podcast.
Let me see him. Let me see him.
Yo, 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 happy new year. Good evening, good evening, good evening.
Yizzo.
You're not rocking with the best, man. It's Friday night, the best night of the week. You could be anywhere in the world, but you vibing with us, man. It's the Live Legends, the One Take Titans. Welcome to the Fire and Ice Experience. Black perspective journey into sports, politics, current events, entertainment. Let's get it, man. Let's get active tonight.
Fuck is the deal, man? Fuck is the deal, God?
Chilling, man. You know, it's the new year.
Happy motherfucking New Year to everybody out there. Happy New Year to everybody out there.
Hey, man, you try to be conscious of it, man. It's all right, man. It's no big deal. It ain't no big deal. It's no big deal whatsoever, man.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
listen. It's your boy Coach, man, and I present to you, man, the world's greatest, often imitated, never duplicated Fire and Ice. It's my boy Fresh, the man y'all know and love. How you feeling today?
Feeling marvelous, man. It's Tuesday night, man. As you know, it's my favorite night of the week. We just had some libations and we turned the calendar over, so I got a little smashed up a little bit too early Saturday. Had to dry out a little bit Sunday, but I'm here for all my people like I do every Tuesday night, to all my people out in Bangor, Maine, all the way out to Barcelona, Spain. And to my good brother B Matt, and to my other good brother Iceman is doing their best to bring it on home from Bucharest. I want to give y'all all out there a hello and how are ya?
Absolutely. So listen, we got a full ledger today. A little of this, a little of that. Walk with us as we get going. All right. A couple things we got to go through.
Shadow clock or
Let's do shot o'clock first. We can do that. That's not a problem. Salute.
salute?
Salute, bro. What's got you on fire, man? Anything got you on fire?
Yeah, this something got me on fire, man. There is something out there that it always sticks in my craw when it come across my path, but I don't it, what's for you is what's for you, and what's for me is what's for me. And what's got me on fire is, man, you come across some people who want to make you think that their way is the right way to go, or if you ain't doing what they're doing, then you're doing wrong. The part I don't understand is, man, there's a lot of ways you can be right. There are degrees to being right. You can be right a little bit. You can be right a lot. You can be absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? So there are degrees to things being that way. But when people try to browbeat you and try to tell you that their lifestyle is the way that you should be walking or you should be following just because they are having some success, I'm like, well, that may not be for everybody. What's for you is what's for you, and what's for me is what's for me. And when you start coming across and telling me that, you know, like I said, sometimes it sticks in my crawl about religion. I try to stay out of religious stuff, but when people come across my desk or my agenda list with, you know, things like religion and you should be walking this way, and I'll be like, man, I don't really understand where you coming from with that. They say, oh man, this is the light, this is the way. I'm not saying it ain't the light or the way for you, but why are you saying that for me? Oh, it's the way, man. If you ain't doing this, man, you doing no good. And I'm like, I gotta stop you right there, because if your way was the one way to go, then we would need no other motherfucking ways to go. We would just go, everybody would just go your way and be good. But obviously there are other ways that you can go and still be good. You don't have to walk down your path in light to be right or successful. There are many different paths that you can walk down in life and be successful. I do not have to walk down your path, and it was kind of particularly based on religion. But I do not have to walk down your path to be a good person. Your way of life or your walk is not the only walk to be successful in this life. Because what is for you is what's for you. But I'm trying to tell you right damn now, what's for me is what's for me. And that's what got me on fire.
Dig it? I can dig it. What's for you is what's for you, man. I can dig it. So, check it. Let's go through some quick hitters, man. Just some quick thoughts, and then we'll dive into some deeper things. Jonathan Major's case. Let me just say this, that I find it weird that the things that they brought up and the points that they made were from an individual who actually has standards, right? He said he wanted his woman to be X, Y, and Z, right? What's wrong with that? I want you to act like such and such. Like it's weird, man, because this society learns new words, man, and categorizes new things, and they use it for every situation. That's not an individual being narcissistic and controlling. That's a man with standards that he wants for his woman.
They may be unrealistic.
Well, I don't even think it's unrealistic. Ultimately, because, okay, so if I say, I want you to be like such and such, I just want you to be, I could say, I want you to be virtuous. Or I want you to be classy. He just had an archetype that he wanted to throw out there he felt embodied that. That's not him being controlling or narcissistic. That's just him having standards for his mate. Everybody's not narcissistic, man.
Now, I ain't saying he's narcissistic, but what I am saying is he is wrong in this regard to not loving the person who is who they are. And so many of us fall into the trap.
Wait. No. Hold on. Go ahead, finish. Go ahead, finish.
Because so many of us fall into the trap of, oh, I like this person, but if they change this, they'd be this. Oh, man, I love this about this person, but I can never be with them until they change this. Funny thing is, that might be something that might be critical to that person being them. And that you may very hate about that person may be the very thing that springs all the other things that you like about that person. So when people saying, oh, man, I want you to be a different way, I always laugh. I'll be like, what are you talking about, man? I want you to be who the fuck you was when I met you, and I don't really expect you to change or nothing like that, because if I wanted someone who wanted to act like he was acting, I shouldn't even been over there talking to you. but I should have been had my standards looking way past you anyway. So I'm choosing wrong anyway. So I'm placing something foolish, a standard that you can never meet, and a standard.
Well, who's to say that though? This is not unattainable standards. That man didn't say, "I want you to look like a such and such."
Okay.
That's different. That's a physical transformation. We're talking about character. We're talking about actions. We ain't talking about a physical appearance, because that's not necessarily what he was alluding to in any way, shape, or form. It wasn't anything physical. It was just it was just the literal way that you carry yourself. That's not too much to ask.
Well, those type of things, when he's asking her to be a certain type of way, especially some of the examples that he gave of who she wanted her to be, I was like, bro, that's so unattainable. It's ludicrous to even ask that. Second of all, you shouldn't be asking that of a person who may not can attain that, or may not even want to be that. But third of all,
why does what he wants somehow get used against him in this situation though?
because he shouldn't have picked her. This is what I'm saying. You can't. You pick this girl. I'm assuming you like this girl, even love this girl early in the romance or in the relationship, and then at a certain point,
Shout out to anybody tuning in. Shout out to anybody tuning in.
Shout
We
out to
appreciate
Markel.
y'all. Absolutely, man. We appreciate y'all.
You know what I'm saying? What I don't understand is, at one point it was all good for her to act how she was acting, and then it was like, okay, well now I need you to act this way, and I'm like, man, it's just unrealistic to think that people are going to be able to do that, to want to do that. But three, it's even okay now. If you want to look at it from this aspect, I would like for you to be somebody who shows a certain type of character. What kind of character did he show? He's one who's been.
Well, I'll tell you what type of character he showed. I'll tell you what type of character he showed.
And cool.
Now,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the video shows him fleeing from the confrontation. So that's character, in my opinion, or no?
No, that's true. That's
The
true.
charge is
on
that
the night of. On the night of. Right.
the charge is that now the story is that, of course, his phone rang and she snatched the phone, and there was a tussle for his phone, and her finger sustained damage because of that. Which now, once he got his phone, he took to the high road and made like Keystone Capers and ran through the streets fleeing this woman.
Right. Now, that was just that night.
Mhm.
Now, everything that I'm pretty much speaking of didn't even take place on that night. It led up to that night. What I'm saying is the things that he asked her to do and asked her who to be was before that night when she got the text. Him being accused of, we're not even being accused of, I guess it's been substantiated, of emotional abuse. That was before that night. But this is coming from a person saying, oh, I want you to be more like this. Oh, really? Oh, really? Now, we can talk about that one night in particular. It's like she's the bad guy, or probably is the bad guy. But like I said,
we can only go by what we see, right?
But that's that one night.
That's all we have is one night.
The case showed much more of a broader scope of what their relationship
Of alleged.
No, this is all in court under oath. These are facts. This ain't alleged nothing. Now he may not have been
They're
convicted.
not facts. It's a case being presented against someone, but it's not facts. There's no proof that she was abused.
I guess you're right about that. But all those things have been brought up, and he didn't make a good enough case,
Right.
in
I can
real
agree with
court,
that.
in real court, or social public court to combat those things. So when all this stuff adds up, and I already have a preconceived notion of my own, or two of my own, Good brother, you shouldn't even have been over there asking her to do things that me and this good brother disagree on that she shouldn't be able to do and probably can't do. And third of all, you asking her to do stuff and you ain't the most characterly, most morally compass pointed north person around either. Allegedly. So,
Okay, moving on.
hey.
Moving on. So listen, you watching anything new or you listening to anything new? I watched something new this weekend.
What's that?
Dave Chappelle special. I watched that.
Oh, I gotta get my Netflix right.
I watched it. I'll say not the greatest Dave Chappelle special, but I mean he is Chappelle, so it's funny, bro. Like it's funny. Like I don't want you to get the wrong impression. It's funny, but if I were ranking it, it's probably on the lower tier of Dave Chappelle comedies.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Now, I want to talk about that, but before we go any further, I want to give a couple shout outs to all our people checking in. South Africa, I see you in the building. Sis V, I see you in the building. Shout out to Sis Jakia in the building. Shout out to the real A-Rab, man. Tori, I see you in the building. On the check-in, like I said, my baby Markel on the check-in. Who else is on?
HTTC, baby.
Who? Oh, Sis Nichelle Ward. Good evening, sis. Good evening, sis. Proceed, good brother.
So yeah. So it is a it's funny. Don't get me I don't want you to get the wrong impression. But you know, here we grade it on, you know, we keep it 100. I don't want you to go in thinking it's the latest greatest from Dave Chappelle. Solid. It's solid. It's a solid effort. You know,
Okay.
It's a solid effort. So with that being said, I'm really digging this season of Raising Kanan, man. Oh, I'm really digging this season, man. And we have the most psychotic, coldest brother ever created, Ronnie.
Yeah, man. I've been hearing
Bruh.
I've been hearing about cousin. Man. They saying we looking nice out there tonight too.
Bruh.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
y'all.
Bruh. Listen, is Ronnie the hardest ninja on TV? Let me know, man. Let me know. I mean, we had Lamar, man, and Lamar had y'all shook. I don't know, man. Ronnie giving out serial killer vibes, man. Ronnie giving out serial killer vibes, man, with the button up all the way to the top and the bifocals on.
Oh yeah, that's
The
a serial killer.
bifocals,
That's a serial killer. Oh, what do he look like with the bifocals?
Man,
Where's it at?
boy, look like worms are out there, man. Bodying jokers, man. Listen. Ronnie rolled up on Kanan, man, like, man, where you get that work from? Yo, he looked like a real, like, you know when you turn your head, like Michael Myers down the street,
Mm-hmm.
and you look, and you turn away, and the next thing you know, he right there.
Shout out to Dorian Coleman. Best tenor in the state.
Yo, that's how Ronnie be, man. Like, you turn and look, and he down the street, and then you look again, man. He like on you in your personal space.
You saying like this?
Yeah, straight
On
like that.
On you.
With the members only jacket on.
Hey,
Yo,
I haven't caught it yet.
yo, you got to see Ronnie, man. Ronnie is must see TV, man. Ronnie is must see TV. No question about it.
I haven't seen it yet, but from what I'm hearing, man, he's playing his role so good that people have saw him out on social media in real life to tell him how shitty of a person he is.
Yeah.
On the show.
This man has turned into a real life like villain. Like people, that's how you know you doing work, man. You really capturing the character, man. And that character's hitting home when people try to find your Instagram page to give you the business.
You didn't have to steal that boy like that. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Do you know this is a show, right? His face,
Man,
right? But like,
listen.
nah.
Yo, Yo,
When it's real, it's real.
yo, he hitting home, man.
When
He
it's
is hitting.
real, it's real.
Listen, Ronnie is hitting home, man. Ronnie is hitting home, man. Shout out to Raising Canaan because he is definitely making this season must see TV. Absolutely must see TV, man. You gotta listen.
I can say I have watched a stand-up comic special, and it's from a comedian. And I wasn't that fine. I ain't gonna say that fine. I wasn't even aware of him. I guess a couple years ago, but in the last couple years, he shot up my favorite. At least I know favorite. You know, one of my favorites right now list, and his name is Ali Sadiq, and he's got a new stand-up comedy special called "Don't Judge a Book by Its Cover." And he breaks down some very funny jokes. Some very funny jokes.
Was that a Roku on the screen?
Yeah, it was a Roku on the
It's a
screen.
Roku remote, man. Mind your business.
But yo, he's a very funny dude, man. He tells a story about how his cousin about you know us black people, we don't necessarily that's how he kind of bond with people, because he tells stories and the names and faces and locations may change, but you can definitely relate to, let's say, this story right here. He said he has a cousin. I want to say his cousin name is Ronnie. Cousin Ronnie has been in a wheelchair all his life. Man, that ain't nothing but Lil Late Ronnie. You feel what I'm saying? We ain't, you get the shit yourself, you do this and that.
Right.
So, you know, he at the basketball court, you know, if you playing, of course he ain't playing. He on the sideline, the nigga on the sideline. If a ball, you know, somebody say it go out, somebody say it's in, he on the sideline, you the one supposed to break it up. You know what I'm saying? I went out or it was in.
You tiebreaker.
Right. So he got disrespected. He said, well, I know Ronnie. I know Lil Late Ronnie. I know that's my cousin. Like, man, you might not want to do that, dog. You might not want to do that. And you might not want to do that, dog. And things got crazy after that. I don't want to give away the joke because it was very funny. But please, if you get a chance, Ali Sadiq, and please, I swear to you, you will laugh and almost cry at his stand-up comedy specials. The first one, the last two he had, Domino Effect and Domino Effect 2. I highly recommend those. But this last one that just came out is called "Do Not Judge a Book by Its Cover," and it's funny as shit, y'all.
What platform is it on?
Netflix. If I'm mistaken, I want to say Netflix.
And who again?
Ali Sadiq.
Okay. Interesting. I wanted to jump over into something, man, and get your idea on this, and let me know what you think.
Shout out cousin B Rud.
What up, Cuzzo? What's happening? See your Chiefs turned it around a little bit. A little something. I don't like this joy you having. So listen. Have you seen Oz Perlman, the Mentalist? You familiar with him?
Yes, I am. If you want to spill it, go ahead and spill it. But I love that dude and types like him.
And over the past like 2-3 weeks, I've seen clips. Oz is a world-class entertainer and one of the busiest mentalists in the world, having dazzled audience with his unique mind-reading ability for over a decade. Oz's client list reads like a who's who of politicians, professional athletes, A-list celebrities, and Fortune 500 companies. Sorry about that. His natural charisma and charm make him the perfect choice for corporate events and private parties alike. Oz's unique blend of mentalism and mind reading create an interactive experience that is redefining the very nature of a magic show, when it truly needs to be seen and viewed. I've seen this, man, and I've seen a lot of different quote unquote. You know, you got Penn and Teller. What's my man that did the more spectacular network sort of things? David Blaine.
David Copperfield first, and David Blaine.
Copperfield, absolutely.
David Blaine, Chris Angel.
Yeah, he's taken like the simple approach. You know what? He's almost like remember the guy that would do the he made a living off of the readings. Like he would talk, like he made it seem like he was talking to like dead individuals' families. They'd all be in kind of like a stadium setting, but his was kind of like more of a trick. Not I don't want to say a trick, but more of kind of like it was more like a routine that he went through, and it was kind of like it was capturing, like he was casting a net sort of thing.
What's funny is, like, a gentleman who you talking about is actually doing the same thing as a O's Perlman, just on a very, very lower and less rudimentary scale. You know what I'm saying? He's going off of a lot of things that O's Perlman is very, very.
This thing is more targeted and specific, though. It's more targeted and specific.
I put it to you like this. O's Perlman can pick out the mark in the room, just like the televangelist can pick out the mark in the room.
Is that what you think? Is that what you think it is?
I just think the televangelist doesn't know anywhere near the stuff that O's Perlman does, because like I love this kind of stuff. Human behavior, it's behavioral science. It's really just on a very, very, very high elite scale. And he's performing it, and it'll come to the word come to me in your face, demonstrating it in your face.
So what do you say about, like, let's say, because he's done this for like the one I saw, the football team, and now I don't know how random this guy was, but he said, I got one for you. And he was like, what's my childhood nickname, right? And this guy took out this large piece of construction paper, and he went through his process or whatever have you, didn't ask a bunch of questions. He literally wrote the name on the construction paper, and, like the screen couldn't see it. Mm-hmm. And the guy he says, is it Booby? And the guy was like, yeah. And he turns the paper around and there's Booby on there. Like, how do you account for that?
This was something I was going to school for. I never really got all the way into it like I like to, but behavioral science is what that is. I'm not sure if there's one where he goes to see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Mm-hmm. And he actually, Chris Godwin, Delaware's own, Chris Godwin, gave up his PIN number. Because it's certain things you do as people that you don't really know you're doing. When you're talking, when you're lying, you're sitting down, you're anxious, you're angry. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, poker players have tails. That's the same thing he's going off of on a very, very, very low scale. Or he's got so many other things to look at, not just a poker tail, to find out things about you. Back to Chris Godwin, he's like, I'm going to ask you something very, very sensitive and information that you and probably only one other person knows. Your ATM PIN number. So he's like, all right. He grabs his hand. He's like, all right, so I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then when he felt, and he was looking at him, and he felt where Chris Godwin stopped. Oh, the first number must be 3. That's human behavior and human science.
Subtleties, little subtleties that we may not be looking for, but to the trained individual may pick up on.
He is trained to the hyper sensitivity, to the highest levels of picking out those type of things, to where he can predict human behavior, which is one of the biggest X factors, unknowns, or we don't know what the fuck's coming. But if you ask the right questions in certain type of manners, and you know what to look for in certain situations, people will give you answers that they don't know that they're giving you. That's why I wanted to be Oz Perlman myself. I wanted to be him. I wanted to be a guy. It's a show called Brain Games.
Yeah, I remember that.
I love the.
It was HBO. It was an HBO staple, right?
I ain't even. I'm talking about the old Brain Games and the newer Brain Games that came out a couple years ago, where they was doing other experiments right in your face. You be like, wow. Okay. Check it out. Jason Silva. There's a what they call a illusionist on there as well. He's not much of the as far as the mental as Oz Perlman,
Right.
but he does things the same way off of human behavior, human science. If I get you looking this way, I can steal so much shit from you. That's not just look that way, I steal you.
Sleight of hand. That's not sleight of
It's
hand.
not just
Well,
sleight of
it kind of
hand.
is sleight
But
of
it's
hand,
like
but
if
it
I
is.
distract you from this, I put it like this. It's like human lie detectors. Lie detectors aren't foolproof. They aren't 100%, but they're pretty damn close because they go on what kind of position or circumstance or state are you in when you ask these kind of questions, when you're telling the truth, when you're lying, when you're mad. Those type of things work on, to a certain extent on every level. So like, I got a pretty good guess. Now,
And especially when we're talking about like, very, very heightened situations, very stressful situations, and nobody, put it this way, like everybody thinks they're super cool to the point where I can lie about anything, but certain things, like people always are like first 48 type situations, right? You've just murdered somebody. A lot of them dudes are very cool to normal people, but to individuals trained and to understand isolation tactics and how to put individuals in positions to be able to study them over a period of time and understand certain body language and things of that nature, because it's all profiled and characterized. And to a degree, a guy like Oz Perlman, you could sit him in a large room, and because it's such a large room, there's so much going on in that room that you may not even notice subtle things that he's doing. That shit intrigues me, man. Like the skill level involved with that, like the targeted ability to be able to just, take a room full of 100. Well, because in his case, it could be thousands of people. It could be thousands. You know what I mean? It could be thousands of individuals in a room, and it could just be the most random individual out the crowd who may seem random. But if you remember, it was funny. I always remember this clip from Will Smith movie. What was the movie where he was the swindler?
Focus.
Was it Focus, where him and Margot Robbie played him,
Focus.
and how he noticed the most subtle things about individuals, you know what I mean? And it was a long game for him. Just stuff like that, man. Like individuals like that, man. They're so good at what they do. You'll never see them coming. You'll never see them coming.
I love that kind of shit, man. And
Check him out, man. It's amazing.
Perlman, man.
Yeah, Oz or Earls, whatever it is. He's amazing, man. It's amazing.
Behavioral science, man. I was going to school. Pavlov's dog. I don't know who turned me, what grade it was. We got turned on to it, but Pavlov's dog. And I've been wondering that shit ever since. Like, wow. Moving right along.
So, moving on. Have you ever heard of the world cruise? You ever heard of that?
The World Cruise?
The World Cruise. These things are growing in popularity right now. They're growing in popularity.
The World Cruise?
Yeah, the ultimate world cruise. Now, cruises, typical, your typical cruise may last, a week and a half, 2 weeks. You see 4 or 5 different islands, you sightsee, things of that nature.
Okay.
Well, what's becoming popular now is these things that are called ultimate world cruises, where they're ultra extended, right? You're spending sometimes 6 months to an entire year on a cruise. Could you do something like that? And visit, 100 some odd countries, and, it's extremely expensive. It's extremely expensive. Sometimes between $16K to $150K for some of the longer ones. But I think they, kind of start at around $15,000 to $16,000, and it's extensive. It's very, very extensive. And a lot of individuals have taken to, like, the newer thing is a lot of individuals have taken to chronicling, like diarying. It's easy nowadays in terms of, now that you have social media, you can really chronicle, these sorts of things. And these people have had followers jump by leaps and bounds since they've started doing it, man. It's like a thing, man. It's a crazy thing, man. Like, I just couldn't imagine. Like, that's crazy, man.
Well, I can't say I was turned on to world cruises, but I've been turned on to a couple I want to say it was probably a couple. It wasn't that long ago, but it wasn't that recent. But it was like a couple years ago, 2021, whatever, where they love cruises. They retired, took cruises all the time. They looked up one day and said, "You know what? I think it would probably be even cheaper to just cruise all year round."
Mhm.
Because we love cruises. We always on cruises. We on cruises 6-7 months at a time, just like you're saying. It would probably just be cheaper to live on the boat. So I can tell you now, they're still living on the boat because this didn't happen that long ago.
Well, they've had couples that have sold their homes
They sold their home
because in the situation like you're saying, I can pay $10,000 and be on a cruise for an entire year, and at a certain it's kind of like when you add up all your entertainment and your rent and electric and things of that nature, you may come out even cheaper in this sort of situation. So I get it. What's his name said that went on their first cruise a year ago, 14 days. It was awesome. 14 days is a lot. It would take a lot of commitment. Of course.
2 whole weeks.
Well, and see what it is you got a lot of these people that are work from home type of people, and they're able to be mobile. There is kind of like a multiple types. You got the very, very young work from home, that sort of individual, and then you have the retirees doing that sort of thing, and then you got the quote unquote yuppie adventurer kind of thing. So I mean, it's a couple of different types. There's definitely a certain type. There are types that are on these cruises.
Now I can see me, and shout out to Jab Pen Warrior Spirit. You know what I'm saying? I can see me doing that as long as we ain't just going from Baltimore to Barbados and back.
No.
And that's what I'm saying. Like if we're going all around.
Oh, these
the
are
world,
extensive. These are
right,
literally.
that's what I'm saying.
You're going around because the one cruise that's actually almost a year long is literally called the World Tour.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Those type of things. I'm like, well, if we going around the world, this might be the time I want to see everything. I might not want to see the whole world broken up here, broken up there. I might want to see
All in one whop.
All in one whop. All in one whop. You know what I'm saying? We go all the way around all the continents and this and that. Come back. People won't even miss you, man. People won't even know you gone. And you come back off a year? You're like, man, I've seen the whole world. You know what? I think I would love to do that. That's what I'm saying. I could be on a cruise. I've never even been on a cruise anyway, so I could be on a cruise.
Yeah, I personally have never been on a
days,
cruise. I've done a lot of
14
things. I've
days
never
anyway.
done a tour.
But to go
a cruise.
To probably go to 4 or 5, excuse me, if a whole year when that's you're gonna hit all 7 continents or 6 continents. But a 6-monther, I hit 5 continents. I'm straight. Well, matter of fact, you could probably gonna hit 6 anyway. Just we'll never go to Antarctica.
They're going to Antarctica.
Oh, so you hitting all 7?
That's part of the cruise, Antarctica.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what, dog? I don't even have to get off the boat when we get up there.
And a lot of people probably won't.
Right, I'm straight. Just let me know when we going back down south, and I'll come back out the room. But I'll be down here playing bingo. I'll be down here karaokeing. I'll be drunk.
Take a second to look at that, though, real quick. I don't mean to interrupt you, but that we literally just talked about that. Crazy, right? We'll talk about it.
Yeah, man. But I would love to do something like that. Hit the whole world at the same time, so it ain't broken up. Because afterwards, when I come back, I might be like, okay, well, I might want to go back to San Tropez, or I might go back. Might want to go back to Fiji, or I might want to go back to It's warm around here. Send me to the Arctic North. You know what I'm saying? I can't be too damn cold. I'm just go back to the bunk.
Right.
I'm just go back to the bunk.
I think it's interesting because it's like you said. I think the lure of it is that it's not broken up. It's just one continuous, stretch where, once you into it, you got to see it through. It's no turning back kind of thing. You just see it through. And of course, there's probably places that I probably would be like, yeah, man, not today. You know what I mean? To see 100+ countries, man, I would probably have a few of them where it's like, man, not today, man. I don't even feel like it. I don't feel like it.
Let me know when we get to Bucharest.
Because here's my thing. My thing is that I'm a very generic eater, right? I'm an eater. I'm not an adventurous eater.
Word.
I'm an adventurous person, but I'm not an adventurous eater. So that would probably be the only downside for me, is that I would go so long, I would have to eat nothing but like boat food. That would get me by. Boat food, the most generic of the foods that you could have, because I'm not gonna be in Morocco eating the Moroccan food. I'm not gonna be eating I'm not eating food in fucking
It's a Taco Bell Morocco, bro.
probably Bucharest. What I would be eating Taco Bell though.
It's a
You know what I'm
Taco
saying?
Bell in
It's a Taco
Bucharest.
Bell on a boat.
Right, and that's what
It's probably Mexican food on a boat.
you know what, and that's never been a huge thing for me, because you were talking about man, bland food and this and that. I was like, I'm looking at you like, really?
I'm just saying,
What I
'cause
would be eating
that would
every
be
day.
my biggest problem, because I know typically when I go on trips, I'm not a big eater. You know what I mean? Because the whole thing that we alluded to, months and months before about, the additives and things of that nature. Our terrible food tastes good because it's terrible stuff in it.
Right.
The food that is great for you has nothing in it, so it tastes terrible. Well, it doesn't. It's not terrible. It just tastes terrible to us because we only have it in short doses. We don't have prolonged exposure to it. So for us, it's different, and our taste buds is just simply doesn't have enough exposure to it. Whereas you go on, you're on a world tour, and it's so much different food that I don't know. Maybe not. Now that I think about it, maybe it's you're away from America for so long, you don't necessarily, you get kind of weaned off of the preservatives and the additives and things of that nature. So it might behoove you to do that, so that you weaned off of that stuff, and then your taste buds get a chance to really authentically taste food and not chemicals.
Well,
Instead of eating chemicals, you're eating food.
Well, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have some food on that boat that's gonna have some preservatives in it.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
on that
absolutely.
boat.
And
Now,
but that's what I'm used to, which is crazy. Which I don't want to be used to it. Perfect example. I picked my daughter up yesterday, and her friends' parents made brunch, and one of the parents is a flight attendant who spends quite a lot of time out of the country, and she brought back this orange juice from I forget where she brought it back from. And the weird thing about it is, it didn't taste like orange juice. You know what it tastes like?
what the fuck?
It tastes like an orange. Because when you eat an orange, it doesn't taste like orange juice.
That's fair.
Like when you eat an orange, it doesn't taste like orange juice. Orange juice has a distinctive taste. You know what orange juice tastes like, right? But an orange just simply, you know what it tasted like? It tasted like a bunch of squeezed oranges.
Yeah, but
If I were to peel 15 oranges and smash them together, that's what the orange juice tasted like.
who the fuck is smashing 15 oranges together to make a glass of juice?
Other countries, not us.
Right.
Other countries, because you know what we'll do? We'll take one orange and we'll juice that motherfucker. And we'll make 17 cartons of orange juice out of that one orange.
Yeah.
Because there's thousands of dollars to be made from each orange. So
Yeah.
it's no longer orange juice. It's orange drink.
True.
So I digress.
I will say this, man. I'm not one of those people because it's hard for me, but there are a lot of healthy food choices in America. There are a lot of healthy food choices. I don't make very many of them, but there are a lot of healthy food choices. They got Impossible Burgers. They got vegetables all over the place. They have healthy shit out here for people. It seems like a lot of other people out here, we're choosing the shit with the carbohydrates and the trans fats and shit in it. You know, that's what we choosing because, bro, I'm not going all the way to Morocco to try something I don't like and fuck a couple of my days and my leg of my tour.
So listen, look, I love to try new things, right? I wanted to try the iguana soup and curacao. No way. But I didn't have enough time on the island. They said it tastes like chicken. The locals say it's good for the libido.
Well,
There's also other things that are great for the libido. But I get what you're saying. I probably listen. You would be better off not telling me that it's iguana soup to keep it a bean.
I just give it to you soup.
Yeah, just don't.
Soup.
Hey man, this is our delicatessen, man. This is wild soup.
How soup?
If you tell me it's iguana soup, I'm probably gonna get up.
Nah. Yeah.
I'm very immature about my food. I'm extremely immature about my food. I am. I am. I'm mature enough to say that I'm immature about my food. If you listen, I'm not into eating stuff like that.
Nah.
If I know that's what I'm eating,
nah.
I'm just not into that. I'm as generic a food eater, American terrible food eater as you could get.
Yeah.
Which pisses me off because I know I'm in the know about the garbage that I'm eating, but my taste buds are just so conditioned that it's like, damn, man.
Yeah.
Like if it's not like roughage, like I can still like I can do roughage.
Nigga, you said roughage.
Yeah, roughage. You know, spring mix, spinach, lettuce, roughage, rabbit food, rabbit food.
Shit.
I enjoy a salad, but if you tell me that I'm eating iguana soup, you know what, bro? Yeah, you can have that. You can have that. I'm just saying. That's just me.
How are you on frog legs?
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. If you tell me it's frog legs, not gonna happen.
Alligator soup. You
Not
on
gonna
that?
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Sorry.
What's the most exotic shit you ever ate, bro?
Now, I've had the opportunity to eat some exotic shit. I've listened, squid, all. You know, when we was in Hawaii, I had the opportunity to eat some pretty wild things. I just refuse, man. I just refuse. I'm a visual. That's what it is. I'm a visual eater. I'm a visual eater.
Nigga, I can't see a swordfish and then chow down on it. I'm like, nah, that ain't.
I'm a visual eater.
I can't do that.
Yeah, and listen, her swordfish tastes incredible.
Tastes like fish, huh?
No, it is fish.
No kidding.
It is fish. It's
No
incredible fish.
No kidding.
Some of the best fish. But don't tell me it's swordfish. Now I could probably do it. It just all depends on the presentation. It all depends on the presentation.
Would you eat puffer fish, that dangerous ass fish?
No, I probably won't. Because I'll probably be that guy, the 1.2 percentile that would eat it and it would immediately go to my nervous system and I'd croak. I don't want to be that guy. Not over food.
I got one more for you. Now, back in the days, I remember they had a series of videotapes that was banned in some countries, but I got to see a couple of them called Faces of Death. And on one of them, they were sitting around the table, and they pulled up a monkey.
Monkey brains? Not gonna happen.
Okay, all right. Now
you better mix it in with some chili. You better mix it in with some chili. Because I'm not eating monkey brains. Not gonna happen.
Now I can tell you, my grandma told you she ate pig brains.
All right,
all day long.
You know what? That's our cue. We out of here on that. Yeah, bro. That's our cue. Let me ask you a question. Right? Frog legs and fried alligator.
Oh, that's you ain't a warrior spirit. That's you. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not mad at how you have no culinary inhibition, I guess.
Yeah.
For some stuff, I'm like, if they have a Taco Bell there, I am gonna go get me a crunch wrap.
You getting a crunch wrap?
I'm gonna go get me a crunch wrap.
You get the international crunch wrap?
Because what I don't want to do is, I know the crunch wrap is gonna be crunch wrap. Now I might be trying something different, and it might be good, or it might fuck me up for 3 to 7 days on this trip.
That's the other thing. Yeah.
You
Think
feel what I'm
about
saying?
that.
So I'm like, Taco
down
Bell
for
gonna be
5 or 6 days.
I'm like, oh, now they fried calamari that wasn't fried enough. Here I am on this damn boat when I could just went and got me a burrito.
Yeah.
I
could have got a turkey burger.
An impossible.
That's
burger.
my biggest fear.
No, I could have went and got some roughage. I could have went and got some.
That's my biggest fear. That's my biggest fear, to go down to some trash food.
Nah, I'm not.
That I shouldn't even. That's going to not agree with my nervous system.
Exactly.
That's going to send me into the swamp ass.
Right. So when I go abroad, I will probably looking for TGI Fridays. This nigga the cheesesteak wrap or something.
TGI Tuesdays or something. I don't know. You might be something weird.
Before we eating meerkat in this motherfucker. Nah, we
The
not.
Meerkat.
No, I don't shout out on Meerkat.
That's crazy.
No.
That's wild. So, yo, listen, let me ask you a question, right? And I heard this, and it made me think because we grew up on one, and this other one is the new wave, right? Is it a difference between drill and gangster rap? Drill rap and gangster rap? Is it a difference? Or are we too old enough to even speak on it? Let me know. Is it a difference between drill rap and gangster rap?
I don't particularly think it's a difference between drill and gangster rap, but drill is
Are they different?
gangster rap with real consequences. You know what I'm saying?
Explain. Because that could open a gateway to.
I put it to you like this: a lot of the things said in drill rap are said in gangster rap. It's just they ain't true in gangster rap.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Drill rap doesn't claim to be fabricated or
we smoking on this Tukey pack, muff. You know, he's dead.
These are real actions. These are real activities. These are real things.
Real acts that have happened to real live people who may or may not be with us anymore. Like I heard somebody say,
these are real events.
Right? They said drill rap is significantly more disrespectful than gangster rap is because of the lengths that people are willing to go to not only have acts but rap about those true acts. People were saying some insane stuff, some fake stuff in gangsterism. These days they're saying some insane stuff, some crazy stuff, but some of this shit or a lot of this shit ain't fake. Like, whoa. So the only difference to me between gangster rap and drill rap is the authenticity of the words, which I don't like. I'm like, damn, you really did smoke half the motherfucking side of town, and then they came back and smoked half your niggas. That really did happen. I wish it didn't. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people used to say, oh, man, keep it real, this and that. I'm like, man, 100% of these rappers, or 90-some-odd% of these rappers are lying. If you listen to what the fuck they saying, just about every rapper has killed someone in their raps. I pray to God you didn't do this in real life.
Because I don't know, to me, it seems like gangsta is more of a dramatization or an exaggeration of the streets. Drill is more a dumbed down depiction of the streets in terms of like it's almost like a first person shooter game.
I was ready to say the same thing. It was like gangster rap is a view of the streets.
Yeah.
Drill is the streets.
It's the first person shooter
where we
version.
thought that gangster rap, oh, this is the voice of the streets. Nah, not until you had the shooters speaking for themselves.
Right. The shooters speak. Yeah, and I think that I think that's more or less.
That's different. That's
because it's funny because a while ago we talked about maybe 2 weeks ago, right? We talked about how now Fat Joe in an attempt to desensitize Young Thug's lyrics. Oh man, half the shit I rapped about was lies. Well, you can say that now that
but like I said, then he wasn't capping when he said that. He was like, a lot of stuff he said is lies. I'm like, yes. Have you listened to what the fuck he was saying a lot of his life in his lyrics?
A lot.
I pray to God that a lot of that shit was not true. And it wasn't.
Maybe a lot of it isn't substantiated.
No, it's not true. He said he's put hits on people. He's killed people. He has said this himself, or he will have people killed.
But he's also said some of the similar things that drill rappers have said in terms of just one-on-one confrontations, break your neck, break your jawbone type of, you know what I mean?
And I would assume that those are cap as well. Like, we not, just.
So is drill just is drill more of a motivational sort of type of music?
It's just more authentic. And let me pose this angle to you. A lot of this stuff, when the lyrics and all this stuff didn't become, oh man, you gotta be speaking what you're doing. until drill rap had kind of started. Now you had people saying, "Oh, you can't rap about it if you ain't live it." Cool, got you, Jay-Z. But pretty much everybody you was around was rapping about something that they didn't totally live yet. So nowadays they're taking it literal. Oh no, you talk about you shot people? We really know that you had to have shot people. Oh, you ain't shoot people? We're gonna make a rap about it, and we fuck around might make you a op and shoot it, and then make another rap about it. That's the authenticity of it. So when Fat Joe was talking about shit he did back in the days, let me put it to you like you said, Young Thug. He is lying. Because if he was for real, cops may be pricks, but they ain't dumb. Oh, there was a shooting over here on Tavern on the Green? Oh, Fat Joe's talking about a shooting over here on Tavern on the Green. They might put that together.
You can't have too many coincidences.
So this is what I'm saying.
Too many coincidences is more of
It's
report.
not even. It's not. It's evidence. It's
Yeah.
not even report. It's evidence. So that's what I'm saying. When they never spoke in too many of the specifics of the stuff. Like, oh man, I moved keys, this and that, and that. They ain't giving up intricate, interworkings of whatever, because a lot of times they didn't do exactly what they saying. And that goes to like, you don't have to be this person you talking about. Because a lot of you people ain't the people you talking about. Now, I ain't mad at you for rapping about what you rapping about. And I ain't the person that's sitting up here talking about, oh shit, all your raps gotta be 100%. I've never been that person. Because I've always known from all this shit that I've heard, if you really listening to rappers rap, half of them would be in jail right now because they've all killed people, sold mega drugs, drug bitches. They would be in jail. Now, some of that might be true. We'll get to that in a minute. But if all of their stuff was true and it could be tied to a crime somewhere, they would be locked up like Young Thug.
Mm-hmm. Maybe this is, but see, it's funny that you would say that because, maybe this is really, I think they alluded to this in the, I want to say mid 2000s, that this was coming. The hip hop police sort of thing. And that
It was already out.
it was like, okay, it's coming. Then you enter this particular era where first you let the drug dealers in, right? You let the drug dealers in. You let the street drug dealers in. The street drug dealers got in, and they were incredible at what they did, right? And they rapped.
Mm-hmm.
They were super lyrical, and they weren't necessarily the guy, the plug, so to speak. So then you had certain guys that were offended by some of the shit that some of the dudes was saying, and they said, "Oh man, that ain't hard. I could do that." And some of them guys got in. So now you up the ante a little bit more. And if you keep upping the ante, to me, you got what you have now. May not necessarily be top dealers. You got street guys who, if perfect example, if a 50 Cent hits, oh man, well shit, he ain't did half the shit I did.
Exactly.
So if a 50 Cent who had 1 foot in, 1 foot out, right? Well, let me take it even further. A Tupac who dabbled, right? And then you got a 50 Cent who 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and decided at the last minute, I'm all in on this side. There's a guy that's like, you know what? I'm going to just be all in on this side because you know what? I got money before this.
Yep.
And I'm good.
Yep.
But if I tell you this, like, it's just substantiated. Certain drill rapper from Chicago was no joke.
Right. The ante, like you said, the ante was upped of the authenticity of the lyrics. And it didn't start with the drill rappers that was like, you can't talk about it if you ain't live it. That started, like I said, that phrase came from Jay-Z. That phrase came from Jay-Z. And even then I was like, nah.
Because you got different levels. And I think the biggest characterization of this would be the dynamic between Jay-Z and DMX, right? Because you got the quote unquote hustler, and then you got
the thug nigga. But and that's the thing. The funny thing
it works till it doesn't work.
What do you want? What do you want to work for you? You want to have a fly jam, or you want each and every word on your song to be authentic?
You want everybody to hang on every word that you say.
Nah, I know. Well, that might be the vision. That doesn't really happen. If you
it happens because Young Jeezy, niggas hung on. If you listen to some dudes that spend the majority of their time in the street, Young Jeezy is their soundtrack.
That's fair. That's fair.
Young Jeezy is their soundtrack, right? Mm-hmm. So to them, I don't know whether they feel like everything he said was not, but that's their Bible. That's their soundtrack. Mm-hmm. That is what got them through whatever they was doing. That's the soundtrack to their activities on an everyday life. And I've been in arguments with niggas that literally said, "Oh man, you don't know, man. That was he was talking to niggas." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So was it just an incredibly accurate depiction of what was going on around him, or was that him immersed in what was going on? And now, okay, 1 foot in. All right, well, this is working. All right, let me put 1 foot over here.
Well, I think a lot of people think authenticity equals quality. Just because you speak about something that was real,
I'm like disappearing on the screen, like I'm vanishing, like in and out. It's funny. Keep going. It's funny as hell. I'm like vanishing in and out. It's crazy.
And what was I saying, man?
I'm sorry. I think I messed you up. My bad.
You know my memory all fucked up. But I don't know.
What up, Nino?
All right now, Nino. But I'm saying like Jeezy, as far as I know, man, people fuck with Jeezy because what he said told of the streets in a very authentic way. But at a certain point, that wasn't even good enough. Like, I don't give a fuck if you make a fly song. I don't give a fuck if you rhyme on beat. I don't even give a fuck if you rhyme it. You got to come to the table with something that people who doing it, putting in the work, got to feel. So you started hearing a different tone of rap. Because you're like, oh, I don't even have to rap good to be accepted as good. I just have to be authentic to be accepted as good. Oh, okay. So why do I have to be rhyming on beat? Tatiana. Why I even gotta be rhyming on beat? I'm out here doing all the shit that I'm talking about, and that gets me further than actually being a quality artist making quality music. So the drill rappers, it's almost to a point now, I gotta do something stupid to have something to rhyme about. Not have a skill to rhyme to make a song that I don't need to commit a crime for. No, I gotta commit a crime, do something stupid, live a stupid lifestyle to have something to rhyme about just so it can be authentic. Not so it's good, just so it's authentic. And it'll be received well enough. And enough people have received enough of it to where enough people said, I'm gonna step out with more of this shit. Now, I think an unforeseen a casualty of this thing is a lot of drill rappers are dead or in jail a lot faster than just regular rappers or regular street drug dealers. Like, wow, drill rap in Chicago, a lot of people die, a lot of people go to jail. Drill rap from, I can say the Bronx, not even Brooklyn, the Bronx, a lot of people die, a lot of people go to jail. Drill rap in, I want to say Jacksonville, a lot of people dying, a lot of people going to jail. off of real shit, but it's like, we gotta rap about it. This shit is making no sense. But to bring it all the way back, the authenticity is, I think, is all gangster rap. It's just drill rap is a little bit too authentic for me. But it's gangster rap. It's more than gangster. It's gangster rap. It's the real. It's gangster rap. It's just too authentic. Like, I wish the shit y'all was rapping about wasn't that true. I wish. Bobby Shmurda.
Bobby Shmurda got knocked because of.
That was basically telling you, I'm a killer, I'm a someone, I'm a A-Rod.
And they weaved all that together. And what you said, ultimately, they weaved all that together.
Now, mind you, he ain't lyrical miracle flowing.
Nah.
So what got him over? The authenticity of, oh shit.
Because here's the thing. If you understood what he was talking about, you understood that, oh, that's some real shit. Oh, that's some real shit.
Yeah, man, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to. Now, I ain't saying he was a whack rapper, but I'm saying if you come with those facts, you come with that substance in your rap, you don't have to make a great song. And that's where the quality is kind of falling out of. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to make a great song. Everything I said is real. I don't even got to be rhyming. I don't even got to be on beat. But all these niggas I shot in this record, I shot in real life. You know what I'm saying? The drugs that I said I was picking up from the poppy, I picked them up last night from the poppy again. That's what they going with him. Like, it's never had to be that way. You see how many people you killing to make a record? Makes no sense. Shit is backwards. You're like, I got to do a crime to make a record just so I can be good. Why don't you just be good?
Well, the days of being good don't really matter, man. You know what I mean? Good niggas. Yo, so listen, you know, the battle rap scene is full of good dudes that can literally, I mean, rap circles around niggas. But
yeah,
does it like because I think let me sum it up like this and check this out. This is gonna be crazy. This is brilliant. This is brilliant. This is incredible. Watch this. This is incredible. This is incredible. I ain't gonna make it complicated. This is all entertainment.
It's all entertainment, man. Until you get to
No, but check this out. It's all entertainment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who can be the best entertainer? How grand a story can you tell? Right?
Right.
How grand a story can you tell? Because just because you can rap doesn't mean you can paint the picture and make it and make it have entertainment value. Because that's two different things.
Exactly.
That's two different things. So, moving on. We'll talk about that that could dovetail into a whole different conversation, man. A whole different conversation.
Neighbor, I see, baby. You said today's artists are too simplistic. And I kind of get it. It's like they not looking for anything intricate. I hear them, they say, nah, man, I ain't here for that lyrical miracle. But what I don't want to see is like I said, I want to have rappers that have artistic license to say whatever the fuck they want to say without it having to be authentic. I just want to have a fly rhyme on a fly track. I don't care if you killed 90 niggas. I just care if you didn't kill them in real life.
You have like a little Yachty that says that hip hop is uninspiring, and then Eric Sermon says hip hop is not evolving. So you have a statement from someone from, you know, back in the day saying that it's not evolving, and then you have someone from that's been pretty successful in terms of not only writing a lot of today's music, but I think he was more of a lighter-hearted approach to rap, and he says that it's not inspiring. Lil Yachty, one of the more mercurial individuals that have come on the rap scene, but he says it's not inspiring.
Well,
for him to say it's not inspiring, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, I could just speak on, there are more rappers now than there's ever been. So you're not going to tell me rap ain't inspiring, motherfuckers. That's why I know that's false in the motherfucker. But I understand his essence of what he's saying. And I disagree with that as well. He's trying to say that
I don't want you to confuse. I don't. But see, what I don't want to do is I don't want to confuse what you could consider the ability to do something with the ability to do something well. Because anybody can do something. Anybody can rap. You know what I'm saying? But because rapping nowadays is like they've like put it this way. I think it's even harder to get on nowadays because it's so easy to get on because you have so many different avenues to get in the game that you could get roped in with every other wave that you got to set yourself apart in a time where there's like a million different waves going on. It's a lot of different waves going on, man. Like how do you stand out in a time where everybody's a rapper and there's every outlet out there?
Well, see, here's the thing. It might be several waves, but it's only one or two successful waves where it used to be a lot of different avenues.
So tell me what you think those successful waves are.
Making vibe music and drill music these days. Those are the successful waves.
Okay.
And as opposed to everybody wanting to stand apart, be in their own lane, there was a change somewhere in like the mid-O's where like ain't about being all lyrical miracle. It's about a vibe, which I understand.
That's a statement. I hate lyrical miracle.
And that's fine.
I hate that statement, lyrical miracle.
But I understand it made it easier. Like, nah, I don't have to stand out from you. Matter of fact, let me duplicate your vibe. Do I agree with it? Nah. But I understand it. They like, nah, hold on. Why I gotta be different from Soulja Boy Killer? I see him on the internet. Why I gotta be different from him? Why can't I come through doing a lot of the same shit that he did? He not lyrical miracle. That was very easy to duplicate. As you see, a lot of this stuff is very easy to duplicate because that's what's driving the culture. That's what's actually making money. Like you say, you don't like the phrase, but lyrical miracle, it's still lyrical miracle people out there. Who's signing up for them to be somewhere where they want to be heard on a frequent basis? Nobody. And I ain't talking about old school lyrical miracle. I'm talking about new school people who lyrical miracle. Nope. You don't hear much about them because the people who want to hear hip hop don't want to hear all the lyrical miracle. We want this. They've clearly spoken. Now, I used to think there was a whole lot more space for a whole lot more people to do a whole lot more things. But me and you, we are on the outside of what is cutting edge of hip hop. We may know a little better of what may be good, bad, whatever, but we are not the first, second, third. We're not even the 10th people that they look at when they talk about something that's hot. They already, we got it, old school. We got it. We got it. We got it.
I mean, it's theirs.
It is
It's theirs. It's theirs.
So this is what I'm
because
saying.
that's the tradition of rap. And unfortunately, the tradition of rap is that it is a young man's game, and that's what has driven hip hop, is that it has been 100% tapped into the streets, good, bad, or indifferent. Good, bad, or indifferent. Rap has always let me not say rap. Hip hop has been 100% tapped into the streets. And whatever's going on in the streets,
say that. I can't.
Whatever's going on in the streets is the movement.
But they haven't been 100% just tapped into the street.
Give me an example. What you mean? Give me an example. Because when I say that typically all the waves, right? You got a short-term wave and you got a long-term wave when it comes to hip hop, right? And I don't mean rap. Rap is kind of fickle. But when you talk about pure hip hop, you got a short-term wave and a long-term wave, which is why the long-term wave is a wave that Griselda might be on, right? Whereas it's always going to have a place. It may deviate somewhat because Griselda is.
Are you sure about that?
I'll explain. And I'll explain because Drill is 100% the new wave. No way to fight that. That's the new wave because it came from an area that didn't originate hip hop, but they jumped on it. And that's the wave. But then you still have a lane for that pure hip hop, right? Because it may not, are we talking, because we're not, when I say we're not talking dollars and cents don't affect us, right? So we don't care about the bottom line in terms of dollars and cents.
True.
Because it's not making us any money. All we care about is the quality of music because that's what affects us.
True.
So dollars and cents and record sales don't really matter to us. It's quality.
True.
And it's always going to be quality because we're not affected by dollars and cents when it comes to hip hop.
True.
We don't make any money off hip hop.
True.
You know what I'm saying? We don't dictate anything about hip hop. We just listen to hip hop.
But I would guarantee you $100 to no dollars that our line of what we're going to accept that is different.
We can say that amongst each other, but we have no effect on what gets through the gates.
But you got to think that there's 100,000 million people. There's different gates.
Think about it. There is 100,000 of us, and it still don't matter. Because it's always been a young man's game. That's what hip hop is. It's always been a young man's game. The young demographic of 15 to 23 is always determined what's the wave in hip hop. Yeah. Once you out of that demographic, you can scream from the rooftops that ain't right, that ain't pure, but you still have no say in it because it's not. You're not dictate. You're not the movement. You're not the movement. And even a lot of the older niggas have conformed to that demographic's determination of what's the wave. Think about it. Think about this, all right? Think about this. At one point in time, it was breakdancing, right? Mm-hmm. All right. One time it was popping and locking.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I think I like where you're going.
The dances have always come from the streets. The dances have come from nowhere else but the streets. It's come from the depths and they move up. Now what happens is hip hop has moved to social media where now TikTok, that's hip hop because it determines what's hot. TikTok determines what's hot. That's hip hop, bro. In its purest form, in its purest form.
You know what, good brother?
In its purest form.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't even have a TikTok, but I'm gonna disagree with you.
You can disagree with me.
No, I'm just saying. I want people to understand, man, that you may not like certain songs that come out that are classified as hip hop, but I want people to understand that they are hip hop. There's no way that me and this man gonna live where we live, see the things that we seen, experience the things that we experienced, went through our life how we went through our life, and made a fucking country music album. What was gonna come out of us was hip hop, and that's what I don't want to go.
What? It's gonna be a trailblazer, an outlier.
What?
It's not the constant. It's not the norm.
What I'm saying
it's gonna be an outlier.
These drill rappers. All these rappers who people don't like, the only music that they make is hip hop. It may not be your hip hop. It may not be a hip hop that a lot of people our age like, but it is hip hop. A lot of people say it's rap. No, it's not.
Hold on.
It's hip hop because it comes from the hip hop community, from the hip hop culture, and only thing it's gonna come from where we come from is hip hop and R&B.
Hold on. So we got a comment. We got a comment. They said, I keep saying it's a young man's game, but that shit ain't hip hop. Right? Okay. So you saying it's not hip hop. Tell me what about it is not hip hop? Is it not trailblazing? It's a different form of hip hop. Hip hop has always been a young man's game. Always. It's always been dominated by the youngins. Always been dominated by the youngins because that demographic determines what's the wave, what's the style, what's the movement. Just like the blicking, which is hot right now. We don't have nothing to do with blicking. Zero. But blicking is the wave. If we walk into a party and they blicking, we're like, what the fuck? Niggas is popping their hips and they going crazy.
Shout out to Coop and shout out to my baby AP, man. That was who the one that came in with the Oh no, maybe that wasn't.
Nah, see you.
No, he was.
Listen,
I must
hold
be
on.
biased.
Hold on.
I must be biased. It just doesn't seem like a young man's game.
Hold on, Fresh. Listen. I'm gonna quote one of our favorite quotes, bro. I'm gonna quote one of our favorite quotes, and you know what it is.
Shout out to AP.
Listen, I'm gonna quote one of our favorite quotes, Fresh, and you know what it is.
What's that?
You know what it is, man. Come on, man. You know what it is. Y'all niggas want it one way, but it's the other way, man. I know y'all love BDP. I know y'all love KRS-One and Big Daddy Kane and that cadence and that style. I know y'all want it that way, but it's the other way, man. It's the other way. Have you ever been to a fucking wedding where they play Meek Mill, Dreams and Nightmares? Have you ever been to a wedding? Dog, have you ever been to a wedding where that shit breaks out?
I haven't been to a wedding recently.
No, I meant, dog, listen, it breaks out regularly.
Okay.
That little Uzi shit is the wave right now. That blicking shit in Jersey and all that, that's the wave.
Is that not hip hop though?
It is hip hop.
So that's what I'm saying. Why are people looking at that like that's not hip hop? Because like you saying, like a Eric Sermon, he said there's no evolution. Now I would like to stick right there with Eric Sermon because they came out with dance tracks back in the days when hip hop was just hip hop. They was one of the few pioneers that would put a house, not a dance, a house song on their track. I can swear that's what we just talking about right here, wasn't it? Elevated.
It depends on what you call it elevated.
Little Uzi Vert. It's not come on girl, I'll house you 30, 40 years later.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so you gonna tell me Jungle Brothers?
Was they elevating the game at that time, or was that just so different or ahead of its time?
That was elevating hip hop as well because they was the first people bringing house to hip hop. Even though they was like, we gotta bring the if it ain't fly, it can't be hip hop. There are other genres and everything's parts to other genres that have been brought in and other things that have been kept out. The cool parts of dance or house have been brought in. And guess who brought them in? I would venture to say it was Blondie and Rapture from the Lower East Side. But people like the Jungle Brothers, like Fab Freddy, was going down there and it's like, I see where we can mix with this. So that is hip hop. And the elevation, the evolution of that would be blicking. That would be, damn, this ain't what you want. Because I would assume somewhere in the middle would be Kanye's I just want to fade. You feel what I'm saying? That's hip hop, ain't it? Yeah. But it's got a very, very house vibe, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so
but what is hip hop? Nigga, we determine what's cool and what's not.
I just gave
it's
you.
Cool. It's cool.
It was cool.
It's cool.
But it's house and it's cool. It's house done a hip hop way and it's cool. It ain't just house. Because you got some whack ass house songs out there.
You got some whack ass hip hop songs out there.
So this is what I'm saying. There has been an evolution when you go from come on girl, I'll house you to damn. You don't see the evolution in that, Eric Sermon? I'm just saying.
But that's him not getting past what hip hop is to him. It sounds a lot like the old nigga hating from the balcony. To me, I totally disagree with him.
Oh, okay.
I totally disagree with him.
Gotcha.
I totally disagree with him.
Hold me down, bro.
I'm just saying, I don't agree with the man. Because to me, hip hop is like water, man. It's like water.
Very fluid.
It's like water. It's very fluid, man. And listen, I know y'all want to hold on to that old cadence, that not that Sugar Hill flow, but I know the beloved Rakim and KRS-One cadence. It produced some of the greatest hip hop of all time. It's a classic cadence, but it's not the only cadence and the only style that hip hop is going to determine is the wave. That wave is a long time ago. Sometimes it hits, sometimes it don't. But listen, if you're above 25, the odds are you have zero control over what's hot. Zero. But I will say this. If it's a highway, if rap is a highway, right? Sometimes that highway splits, right? It splits off into a turnpike. And it runs parallel with hip hop. Which is why you can have a Griselda, a Dave East exist on the same plane as some of this other hip hop that you don't like. Nobody says Jay-Z don't have pull. Because when you're talking Jay-Z, even Jay-Z will dip back into, let's say, a younger demographic. He's not going to do a classic Jay-Z song. Jay-Z is going to do a feature on something that's hot. Why hasn't Jay-Z made an album in how long? Why hasn't Andre 3000 made a rapping album in 15 years, 10 years? The nigga don't know what to rap about. Because he don't get it. He ain't plugged in. He ain't plugged in. Andre 3000 ain't plugged in. You got to be plugged in. You got to know. Listen, I'm just saying, 9 times, when you're a legend, you can do what you want to do because you have your core audience. But I'm sorry, in order to capture any new listeners, yes, you have to appear on new songs or you have to do something different than what you've already done. You can't just simply say, you know what, I'm a legend, I'm going to do what I did in 1994 and it's going to hit. Nah, it's not going to work. You have to incorporate something new in some way, shape, or form. Period. It's not going to work.
Man, you
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. Your legends are going to be able to exist on a concert basis, a tour basis. Example, Wu-Tang Clan and Nas. They can do a world tour. You know why? Because they have enough classic material and they have enough of a core fan base to say, oh, well, I'm good with that. But if you notice, Nas hooked up with a new producer. And what did he do? Grammy Award nominated material.
True.
He did something different.
A little different.
Whether you want to say little or not, it was different.
And what I will say is, the operative word here is evolve, proceed.
He did evolve. He said, I'm going to get one of these new young buck producers, and the sound is different.
You know what, Eric Server? I'll be doggone it if that ain't evolution right there.
He said, and you talk about one of the greatest rappers that have ever picked up a microphone. Oh, no, Nas is not rapping the same. He is rapping differently. But his content is still classic Nas, where he's going to give you something, but the sound is different. The sound sounds like now, which is why he can rap on a song with Fabio, 21 Savage, Blast. He can rap on a track with them.
See, it sounds evolved.
If Jay-Z was to do an entire album, you would be mad if it sounded like 1994 because it would sound dated as hell.
Possibly.
It would sound dated as hell. I don't give a fuck how many question marks you put up there, bro. It would sound dated. That's why you haven't heard anything since 444. And even that was different than anything he had ever put out. 444 was different than anything that he put out. That was an evolved sound from the blueprint and Watch the Throne.
Yeah.
He was evolving through Kanye West.
I just think people didn't like the evolution. Like Eric Sermon say, "Oh, people ain't evolving." I'm like, there was a time when people like, no, we want Jay-Z to be Jay-Z his whole life. We want MOP to be MOP his whole
He
life.
don't want to be.
You feel what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying.
Now, while you was gone, I said this is probably the reason for a guy like Andre 3000 who doesn't know what to do because he doesn't know how to exist in today's music. Yes, you can always put out an album where you say, okay, well, I'm just going to rap the same way I rap back then over the same beats. Now, your core audience is going to love it. But, Art, what are you trying to do?
Now, this is what
That's you, Nino Brown. You can't catch some of the last songs. But Nas got 6 albums, and 2 of them is Grammy nominated and critically acclaimed. So whether you can't catch them or not, it's not tailored to you. It's not tailored to you. But that's 6 critically acclaimed albums. 6 critically acclaimed albums that exist in today's music, where even the younger kids say, "Oh, wow, damn.
we ain't know OG had it like that.
Man, that's crazy."
We ain't know OG had it like that. And that's what I'm saying. They saying that for a Nas because at the end of the day, you have to execute it all. And just like
It could flop. You can have it that flop, but it didn't flop.
4 for 4 was an evolution. You know what I'm saying?
For
Yeah,
him.
yeah, for him.
And then, but mind you, that's what 7 years ago. We know this
True.
thing. You know how rap is, man.
True.
You know how rap is.
Now, what I will say is, his evolution is evolution. People evolve at the rates they evolve at. To go back to Eric Sermon, he said hip hop is not evolving. I'm like, there's always evolution. You just don't like a lot of the evolution.
You don't like a lot of the evolution.
You're like, oh man, I ain't like it with there. I'm like, I just gave you examples of shit that was in your lane that involved you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna tell me
You were at the forefront of changing some of the rap.
right? You know what I'm saying? Slow flow. You input it.
You're the predecessor to a Mace. Who's the predecessor to a Drake? Who's now the predecessor to a Tootsie? It happens. It happens.
I'm just saying, man. To bring it all the way back around, you may not like it, but it's hip hop. Hip hop is not the music. Hip hop is a community. Do not look at hip hop as something you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at hip hop as a community, and you live in the community. It's a corner store. It's a church. It's a liquor store.
a lot of things go on in that
It's a lot of
community.
things that go in that community. You like a lot of this shit in that community, but a lot of the shit that gets came out recently, you don't like in that community. But you got to understand, everybody living in that community has lived the same experiences, did the same shit. They might see it a little bit differently than you, but guess where it came from? The same community of hip hop.
You know what? If AZ said it's not hip hop, right? AZ is self-admittedly has zero knowledge of what's going on right now. He's not involved. He's not trying to be involved. He is probably the most reclusive individual, even more than Nas, which is wild. He is the most recluse individual that I've ever seen. Literally, he is in an interview and is as
two of the most laid back niggas.
I mean, I'm talking about a guy that literally stays out of the way and will only do what he feels is in his lane and will not take any chances whatsoever.
Between neighbor Kirkwood Street is in the building right now. They chiming in. I got my baby AP. I got neighbor Nate. The 800 block of Kirkwood Street is well represented tonight.
Going in with me, man. Walk with us, man. This is what we
They
do,
know.
man. This is what we
They
do.
know.
Intelligent debate.
They
This is what we
know.
do. This is what we do, though. This intelligent debate.
Nah,
man.
hey, Nino, it's not, you know what? Hey, Nino, as far as we go back with hip hop, we talking about breakdancing, watching Crush Groove every goddamn day. We talking about Lottie Dottie. We talking about way back. As far as we go back to hip hop, You gonna tell me where we come from and how we lived our lives and our experiences that any music we made was not gonna have a tinge of hip hop in it? It didn't matter. Didn't matter anything. Whatever else we were trying to do.
No,
From where
no,
we lived at.
it
Exactly.
a lot of it has a pop effect. It's not that the intention of the music is pop. Some of it does have a pop effect, because the wildest music that we've made, some of it has had a pop effect.
Shout out to T Warren on the
Go ahead.
check-in, man. Nah.
What up, T Warren?
Cause that was a popular song. One night he was like, "Nah, Doug Fresh, we gotta go sing Sucker MCs. I'm gonna be Run and you gonna be DMC."
Nah, that's my initial introduction to hip hop. When I said, when they asked the question, when did you fall in love with hip hop? Sucker MCs for me.
That's a lot of people's.
That's it. That's it for me.
That's like a seminal point in the hip hop. But some people would try to tell you that even if a song isn't of a certain caliber or certain standard, that it's not hip hop. And I'm like, no. If you have a black wife, a black man, black woman, you have a black baby.
Okay, so here's the kicker.
Hip-hop.
Here's the kicker. So let me ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you a perfect example. Was Juvenile's High hip hop?
Yes.
Was it
Yes.
hip hop? Oh, wait,
Yes.
because it is in no way, shape, or form the classic cadence that we used to. It is in no way, shape, or form sounding like a classic cadence that we, as the quote-unquote originators or in the area of the originators, were used to. Tell me right now, for all of those, come on, Mike, Nino Brown,
Yes.
tell me if Juvenile's High is hip-hop. Is that hip-hop?
And I will say, yes, that is hip hop, because I'll take you
No,
back.
don't tell me why. Don't tell them why. I want to know if they think it's hip-hop.
I was-
Juvenile High.
I was going to give you an example of an unorthodox flow that we all know and love as hip hop. Very unorthodox. First time I heard this, I'm like, damn. Are they singing? Because they ain't rapping. Or he ain't rapping. I don't know, it was mid to late 80s, and Tribe Called Quest is...
So wait, so we got difference of opinion.
Tribe Called Quest is just getting on the scene. Left My Wallet in Elsa Gundo. Got it.
Okay.
They come with the next one.
So here's my thing. Okay, so the reason why I specifically calls out that song is because, think about it. Hip hop is relative from the standpoint of what is super cool to you on a street level, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you honestly say that High was something that you related to on a street level that you said that's hip hop? But it was, because you know what it was? It was New Orleans hip hop and slang and lingo.
Yes.
And it was an extremely popular song. But when you listen to New Orleans niggas, that's what they sounded like. And they love hip hop. So who are we to tell them, man, that's not hip hop?
We all know it's hip hop because it didn't feel like country western did it. Didn't feel like classical did it. Didn't feel like Jamaican music did it. Even though that's underneath our... It feels like hip hop. It is hip hop. Whether you like it or not, it's hip hop. It don't sound like a pop song, do it. It sounds like a hip hop song.
The best hip hop songs bring the masses to the music.
Exactly. And the point I was going to make to where there was an orthodox flow or maybe a non-traditional rap flow, we can go back to the mid-'80s.
Hey, in the middle of the bar, that's another one. If you've never been to North Carolina and you don't know,
That was
you don't
Chicago.
feel it.
Crucial conflict.
Nah.
The bar.
You talking about...
In the middle, that's crucial
But
conflict.
you also talk about the wavy
you talking about
P.D. Pablo.
P.D. Pablo.
P.D. Pablo too. If you don't know.
Now-
That's why. But see, here's another thing. That's why Snoop and them hit it major, because they represent the streets of it's the streets of Long Beach. It's the streets of Compton. Not familiar to us, but we ate it up.
But I also want to add on to that, when we heard other people from other towns, their hip hop may not have sounded like New York hip hop, but it
It wasn't going to.
But
Because we got different dialect, different slang,
Right.
different way of talking,
But
different accents.
But when we heard 2 Live Crew, we didn't call that anything else but hip hop, did we?
No, I didn't.
When we heard Ghetto Boys, we didn't. It wasn't New York or whatever. But what was that? That's hip hop.
Now, mind you, all of that music that you mentioned, it took us a second to digest. But we listened to it. We was like, okay, them Miami niggas crazy. Oh, them Houston niggas crazy.
It used to
Oh, them
be,
Cleveland niggas crazy.
It used to be a little bit more discernible between where the this don't sound like. I remember Philly and New York sounded different. New York and New Jersey sounded different. Philly and Baltimore sound different. Now you can plug in somebody from Cali and you can plug in somebody from Memphis, plug in somebody from New York. They all sound the same. Now the quality of the music, because they all sound the same, may not be that good. But guess where all of them came from? The community of hip hop. So it's all hip hop. It's just not hip hop you like, or it could be classified as bad hip hop. But it comes from hip hop. You got a hip hop mama, a hip hop daddy. You can only have a hip hop baby. It may be an ugly ass baby. It may be a physically capable baby, but it's where it come from. Hip hop. Hip hop.
So, I mean, okay. So let me ask a question, because this group is a lightning rod to me, and they're a perfect example. Because for everyone that says hip hop is not evolving, right? What is the evolution you looking for? And where does like Griselda fit in that? Where does Davies fit in that? Where do they fit in that?
Where does the whole battle rap scene industry fit into that?
Answer that question for me. Where does Griselda fit in that, and where does like a Davies or a let me think. Who else?
As far as you talk about
Who else? Because if we're saying hip hop's not evolving, there are rappers that follow that same quote unquote cadence and style.
The boom bap. You talking about the
Boom bap.
the boom bap.
Boom bap.
The boom bap.
You got
the boom-
TDE, the whole TDE movement with Kendrick and them. You got Cole.
Yeah, Mike Knox, he do got a whole 90s vibe.
What about Cole? What about Cole?
Now, see, that's what I'm talking about.
What about Kendrick?
He's come from fucking Fayetteville, North Carolina, and we got ties to this.
Is
man.
that not evolution? Is that not evolution, or what is evolution to you? Because that's my question. What is evolution to you?
Boom bap isn't a rule for rap.
So if it's not, then what is evolution? I
I'm
want to know what evolution is. Tell me who is evolution? Who's evolution?
Or what does evolution look like to you? Because I'm like, you may not like the evolution that's out here, but you're not going to tell me that there hasn't been evolution. You're not going to tell me there has
As
been
much
evolution
as
in
you
hip-hop.
hate this nigga, did he not elevate or evolve the game? Kanye West. As much as y'all may not like him, did he evolve the game, or is he just what do we feel about him? Because I just want to know what you see as evolution. Because if Eric Sermon said it, what is evolution? Who is evolving the game? Who's evolving the game? Because you can say who's not evolving the game, but I pose the question: who is evolving the game? Who is evolving the game?
Little Uzi Vert has evolved the game. I would say a Little Baby has evolved the game. Like, nah, I'll just rap all over this motherfucker. All over the features and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I can't say everybody.
Y'all don't like nobody likes Little Baby. Little Baby is like nobody likes Little Baby.
I'm not sure who was like the style creator of this, but like more of the sing-songy type of
Well, that's always been, because Biz did that. You got what that's always been around.
I'm talking about in your rap, not in your hook. I'm talking about in your rap. Like
but
you might have
Nino,
a melody in your rap.
Little Uzi did say he's a rock star. He made no bones about it.
Guess who else said they was rock stars? Dipset, Pepper City Bird Gang. We rock stars. We all know they rappers.
Lil Wayne said he was a rock star. Because and mind you, the connotation that I'm a rock star is only in reference to the reverence that rock stars received at a certain point in time. We have achieved that. We've achieved that. Rock stars were, when you look at Axl Rose, you know what I mean? Axl Rose commanded a certain reverence at one point.
There are no more rock stars. Rappers are rock stars.
Rappers are the new rock stars.
There is no more rock and roll. If you look around, if you happen to take
rock and roll is dead, bro.
There is no more rock and roll. The rock stars are the rappers.
That's what they mean.
That's what they mean.
They're only talking about the old school reverence that rock stars commanded. That's what they're talking about when they say I'm a rock star. They're talking about the old school reverence and attention and adulation that the old school rock stars commanded.
Let me ask you this, AP. Is Mary J. Blige hip hop? Of course she's hip hop. But what if she's done predominantly most of her career? R&B.
But what's her essence?
Hip hop.
That essence is hip hop.
Hip hop. So what I'm saying,
essence is hip hop.
So what I'm saying, you can't be looking at just hip hop just one type of way when hip hop has been so diverse from its very beginning.
I'm gonna keep it a bean. I'm gonna throw one at you, and it's gonna sound wild as fuck.
I'm listening.
One of the biggest pop stars out right now is straight hip hop.
Who would that be?
Doja Cat.
Bitch, I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead.
I ain't gonna argue with you, Mike. Beyonce may be the best lady rapper because when she turned it on, she turned it on. But I mean, that's an argument. But it's not a crazy, wild argument. I would say it's only wild from the standpoint that she does not have quote unquote hip hop content in terms of an entire album. That's the only argument that someone would have in regards to that. We can't put her on that pedestal because she has not dedicated her time to an entire hip hop based album. She has hip hop elements and she sounds hip hop. She's from hip hop, but it's almost like she's cheating.
I want to know why you think that so many black people and Spanish people don't know how to rap. Whether you Beyonce or not, why you think she don't know how to rap? It's so many, and even if she don't know how to rap, you know how many black people want to know how to rap? What? I thought that was almost offensive. Oh, Beyonce can rap. I'm like, you know how many black people can rap? You know how many black people can sing and dance?
When
Exactly, you felt me.
When Mary J. Blige, now mind you, okay, so music on a whole evolves from generation to generation. Rick Rubin, Marley Marl, the Pete Rock, the Premier, the Just Blaze, the Guru, the Kanye, all hip hop with changed sound. So you stop short at Kanye. There are different sounds. Metro Boomin, Hit Boy. There are Zaytoven. There are elevated sounds.
DJ Mustard.
There are elevated sounds to that. So you can't stop at Kanye because even Kanye has predecessors that have evolved his sound.
Yes.
They have evolved his sound. So you can't just stop at Kanye. You have Kanye has created stadium music. You have guys that have done better stadium music than him at this point.
I'm not sure who the predominant producer of Griselda is, but that's
Hit Boy.
So that's what I'm talking about.
Boy.
There we go, yo.
Hit Boy.
Seif, what's happening? Seif on the check-in.
Grab that speaker, man.
Seif on the check-in. He said Drake with Beethoven. You right. Hello, how are you?
We having a good time tonight, baby. Hey, Fresh, man. I said I ain't had a juice tonight, man. I got it now, man. I got it now. Listen, we talking. Appreciate y'all. When we say walk with us, man, walk with us, man. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out. Listen, I want to give a big shout out, man, to the Concert Crew podcast. We wanted to have this argument with them too. But listen, y'all listen. Are y'all giving a nigga the,
Yeah, keep checking it. Yeah.
But listen, it's evolved sounds, man. Like I said, and I love that analogy. Rick Rubin, the Marley Marl, the Pete Rock, the Premier, the Just Blaze, the Guru, the Kanye, and we ain't gonna stop at Kanye because listen, you got Justice League, you got all that, man. Like that sound has evolved, man. Listen, Kanye and Just Blaze gave birth to an entire new generation. Right now, you want to know who's dominating? Metro Boomin.
Yeah, and that's
who you think is the biggest artist right now? Future. Who is responsible for his entire existence? Metro Boomin. Roddy Ricch.
I don't think
DJ Mustard, the entire West Coast sound.
I don't think y'all understand.
It's not Dr. Dre no more.
Man.
It's not Dr. Dre no more.
Not understanding that these people have evolved the music. Whether you like it or not, we ain't hearing the same sounds, boom to the back, boom. Even we ain't hearing the same cut scratches. None of that no more. Whether you like it or not, there has been an I've been drinking. There's been an evolution across hip hop. Whether you like it or not, whether you agree with it or not, and some of it I don't agree with, but there has been an evolution of hip hop. It's just some people look at
hip hop is always evolving, man. Hip hop is always evolving. Listen, do not.
Now I will say that.
Yeah, your parents though. Just like you saying your kid's shit is whack, your kids are gonna say their kid's shit is whack. That's just how it goes, man. It is what it is.
But I gotta be.
That's how it goes.
But I gotta be truthful.
I ain't never gonna feel like anything better than our hip hop. I'm sorry.
But also I gotta be truthful. My youngest son turned me on to one of my favorites, Lil Baby.
Boom.
See, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I didn't know any of that. He was like, Dad, put that one on. Drip Too Hard. I'm like, what's that about? So now we was rocking that every morning going to school. Drip Too Hard. I was like, who's this Lil Baby guy? I'm not Drip Too Hard. Look at the Pikachu with Drake. I can't remember what that song. And then it turned me on to Gunna and Drake Gunna and Lil Baby Drip Too Hard. But what I'm trying to say is there has been evolution throughout hip hop.
We've had some terrible ass hip hop in our day.
But we've had growth. We've had people who took chances.
Right.
And the thing is, a lot of people don't realize or really understand that hip hop has had the elastic blown out for a long time. Hip hop has been rock and roll. Hip hop has been classical. Hip hop has been pretty much every genre.
Okay, so wait, here we go. Of course, but you can't evolve and lose the fundamental base that you're evolving from.
Okay.
I want to know what that fundamental, because I asked that question before.
What's that?
What is the fundamental base? Is it the hip, the hop, the hip to the hip? What is the fundamental base?
We have evolved.
Tell me.
We have evolved from a dong, a bong, a dang, diggy, diggy. We've evolved from that. We've evolved from I am the MC, Bruce, MC,
If hip hop expands and it is a global force, the sound's gonna change because you have people in different regions and areas. This is why we have this is why we have a Nelly singing down, down, baby, don't that shit, or gin and juice, lay back, or we got the DJ Screw sound, or we have the Atlanta sound. This is why. That is elevation in itself.
Exactly.
Because you have different areas tapping into different sounds and different experiences, right?
And they all didn't sound like Rakim or Melly Mel. So there was an evolution. That's what I'm saying. The Miami bass was an evolution in itself. A lot of people like, they ain't even rap. They kind of rapping. Boom, 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 boom.
No, but that's their wave.
But
that's their wave,
that was
bro.
Miami's interpretation on
that's
hip
why
hop.
niggas from Baltimore say "to" and "do" and "woo." They don't say like we say "water." They say water.
Water.
We say water. They don't call hoagies hoagies. Niggas different. People
It's
say different.
different.
It's different spice on different
Yeah.
things.
So
Nino
all
said, I'm
hip-hop.
not saying the song you heard is not good, but the way we hear music is formed to like it, especially if you keep hearing it. Now, with that being said, more areas are having more form to the way they like it and the way that they hear it. So, Cleveland, Bone Thugs and Harmony is gonna make Biggie say, "Oh shit, wow,
That
that's
sounded
different." I'm great. Get in that.
You can't even
I'm
have
ready to get in that pocket. Or them niggas from Jersey, bum stickity. That shit is going, because them niggas is different.
as opposed to today, you'll hear Bone Thugs and Harmony, and every group after them say, we got to do exactly that shit. There's no evolution in that. But we have evolved.
But that the regional explosion in itself is an evolution. Because okay, if it stays where it's at, that's not evolution. If it stays where it's at, right? If let's say rap never left New York, is that evolution? And we get the same rap, the same cadence, the same flow, the same sort of experiences. Is that evolution? Let me know. Mike, you from Chicago. Right? You from Chicago. If Chicago never picks up rap, is rap evolving? Because right now the Chicago sound and the Detroit sound is dominating rap. Is that evolution or just exposure? Evolution or exposure? Let me know. I think it's evolution because it's a different take on a classic sound, and it's evolution. It's okay, this is how we do it. Because no one's explained to me what evolution is. Tell me what evolution is. How does hip hop itself evolve? Okay, so if I tell you this, so we have sound will always evolve by our creative mind, but you would dismiss Tyler the Creator, somebody like that. Tyler the Creator, or a Little Yachty who's trying to evolve the game. What is evolution? Somebody tell me evolution. What is evolution? Lyrically, how can you evolve lyrically when you've already gotten to its pinnacle? You've already gotten to its pinnacle when you go from a Rakim to a Nas and Jay-Z and Biggie. That's the pinnacle. You have battle rappers who can bend the word and make a quadruple, not a triple entendre. You have battle rappers that can make a quadruple entendre. If you're saying sound will always evolve by a creative mind, but not lyrically, I'm going to give you examples of lyrical evolution. Turn on a battle rap. They are making quadruple entendres, not triple, quadruple entendres. That's lyrical evolution. Other than that, I don't know what lyrical evolution could be.
I swear.
Think about, because what I just said was, when you go from Grandmaster Flash to LL Cool J, Run to LL to KRS-One, Rakim, Nas, Biggie, and Jay-Z to Cannabis and them. What else is lyrical evolution unless you go laterally to battle rap, where those dudes is creating schemes 15 bars long, and they've got quadruple entendres. Other than that, tell me what evolution you looking for. What do you want to see? Or you just don't know what you want?
A lot of people. Let me take it back to the pillars of hip hop again. What people don't understand is hip hop was created for necessity. The evolution, and it was created so people could battle, so they didn't have to fight. The evolution is you have a whole fucking league or 2 or 6 leagues to where you can just show off your lyrical prowess. You ain't gotta make songs, you ain't gotta make videos, you just go in there and talk about niggas' moms, babies' moms, and their bullshit ass kids.
No.
All motherfucking night long.
This is important. Wait.
Very intricately.
No. This is important. This is good shit. This is good shit right here. The spoken word over a beat part of hip hop has to change the guard, if you will, every decade or so. But it should not lose the lyrical strength, impact, complexity that separates hip hop from other music based art forms. It's kind of like this Bon Jovi and AC/DC are both rock, but one is heavy metal. These new cats are rappers, but then the next comment is extremely important. Lyrically, a lot of battle rappers are nice, but they can't make songs.
Hello.
So wait. I'm glad you said that. So now I'm glad you said that. Because first the comment was lyrically. They have elevated the game lyrically because metaphorically there is no fucking mainstream rapper that can touch any of the battle rappers in terms of metaphors, quadruple and triple entendres.
Schemes,
So,
any of that.
so with that being said, now you're saying they can't make songs. So you want a lyrically super complex song that is pop oriented, that is musically, sonically great to your ears. What is that song?
Don't worry, I'll wait.
What is that song? Is that Black Star? Is that Black Star or like Kweli and or is that Royce the 5'9"? Is that MF Doom? Because he gave you that, but y'all didn't make him famous. Y'all didn't make MF Doom famous.
I'm assuming that's somebody we were talking about before we got on air, who a lot of people don't consider hip hop, but it's great with lyrical prowess, makes a great song, but everybody don't consider it hip hop.
Who's there? Who's their lyrics consist? Wrong. No. Their lyrics do not consist of the same three things: bitches, money, and drugs. A lot of battle rappers, when you listen to when you listen to B Magic, when you listen to B Dot, there are uplifting. There are 5%er lyrics coming from B Dot that are mind-boggling. But you would never anoint a nigga like that as a great rapper.
I will put it to you like this: rapping bar for bar and putting words together, MC for MC, lyrically, the battle rap scene has had that song to me for years. Now, the argument is made that to be so lyrical, miracle, how great is the song gonna be?
It ain't gonna be great.
Right. But when you talk about lyrical, miracle, these guys can give it to you. I've heard them do it. But guess who don't like the songs?
If y'all love Loaded Lux so bad, you would have made Loaded Lux a superstar by now.
He's made songs. I seen the video with him and Redman and Method Man.
You would have made Loaded Lux a superstar by now. You would have made B Dot a superstar by now.
What's my man from Baltimore? K-Shine.
You would nah. You would have
You got one from K-Shine from New York, but who's from Baltimore?
Shit.
He gun.
The Gun Bar King.
Gun Bar King.
But no, we talking about the enlightened rappers.
I'm talking about just being.
Oh, you talking about just rapping?
Just rapping.
You would have made Chilla Jones. You would have made my man from Las Vegas, the Punchline King. You would have made them niggas superstars.
Them niggas can rap their ass off.
But they're not going to make the songs that you want to hear. They're going to make a bunch of albums and you're not going to buy them. Because you haven't bought them.
I want to give a shout out. To somebody that's near and dear to my heart. I know it's near and dear to your heart. Shout out to Primo on the check-in.
It's a lot of Lux Gray Hoodie CDs. He's got 5 of them. It's a lot of them. It's just not enough people like you that got behind it. So Lux is a battle rapper instead of a mainstream rapper. You would have supported Daylight, who's even more complex than Lux.
Daylight is tough.
Who's even more complex than Lux.
Who the fuck did I see last night? He fucked somebody up. He fucked him up bad.
You would have supported King Los from B-More.
So many people.
Who's even a more extraordinary off-the-top battle rapper than KRS-One. I have seen King Los for an hour freestyle off the top of his head.
Now, that's what we were talking about Eminem. as far as some shit you may not want, and that's what I was alluding to just a couple minutes ago. I was like, we've talked about somebody earlier who can rap his ass off, but has songs that we don't particularly care for. Now, like I said, he comes from a battle
rap culture, a
so
battle rap
he can
background.
rap his ass off. Period. Now, if he came through rapping his ass off about the same shit he was battling about, guess who he would be? Oh, the white boy named Eminem. He came out a couple times and shit. Feel what I'm saying? Now, he can't. Now, he busts niggas' ass rhyming. And I used to listen to a show called The Wake Up Show, the original Wake Up Show with Sway and Tech. Shout out to Sway and Tech. And I actually used to hear Eminem rhyme because DJ Dr. Dre would bring him up there to him. And he would actually rap through the fucking commercial breaks. This is a rapping ass rapper. So I knew he could rap, but what he rapped about, it wasn't hitting with certain people. But you're not gonna tell me he ain't hip hop and that he can't rap. It's just what he raps about, I ain't looking for that. And I could take somebody who doesn't rap as good as him, but they might be rapping about what I want to hear about, or coming from a perspective that I'm coming from, and I might want to hear them better. Hear them more, but I couldn't say that they was a better rapper than Eminem. I might could say they was a better song maker than Eminem.
I'm gonna give you another example. A nigga, listen, I'm gonna go a different direction because I seen, you would have killed for a Grey Hoodie Lux CD. Sue Surf got multiple albums, and Sue Surf is as street as they can come, or he has led us to believe that Sue Surf can go. Because again, the market has been flooded with the bad bullshit that is out now. Listen, let me tell you something. Me and Fresh discussed this earlier, right? And I always say this to Fresh. Just because shit is selling has nothing to do with us. Record sales have nothing to do with us as fans. Because again, the market has been flooded with the bad bullshit that is out now that most people have lost their ear for hip hop. I don't think people would.
Most people have lost their ear for a certain kind of hip hop.
Hold on, let me finish reading. Let me read this. It says, and you know what that means? It means the only people left to listen and consume and judge what's out now is us. Hence the constant discussions of what is hip hop and what's not. I've never been confused about what's hip hop. Still to this day, true, but he's one of the. I've never been confused about what's hip hop. I made this analogy. Check this out, Fresh. This is some fly shit, and I like to pride myself on being a genius.
All right,
so this
fly
is some
nigga.
fly shit.
All
This
right,
some
fly
shit.
nigga, let's go.
I like to think of hip hop as a highway, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can go down 95, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's hip hop, nigga. 100% hip hop. But the highway branches off.
Mm-hmm.
You got Route 1 might branch off. That's a different type of hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
But you can choose to still go down 95, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you get to 495. And then you get to 895. And then you get to
295.
It's different roads of hip hop. You could choose to go down the same road of hip hop that you want to. That's your choice. Because if you want to still go down that road, it's nothing wrong with that. But they build highways to take you to different places.
That's exactly the analogy I was trying to make with hip hop as a community. You might have your barbecue pits, you might have your dog ladies, you might have your Bennies, you might have your Kesey's Creams, you might have your 13th and Cottons, and you might not like all of them. You might have your Jamaican Spy. Jamaican Spy is in the hood, but everybody don't like Jamaican food.
Listen.
You feel me?
Listen,
Like,
I know we got
hip-hop,
different
bro.
opinions on hip hop, but can we say this, man? We dominating shit right now. Can we all agree on that? We dominating shit right now, man. We dominating this shit right now.
It's still cool.
And at the end of the day, listen. They take from what we rock out in, man.
Yeah. I mean, if you notice, they knocked down a lot of the white genres, not the black genres. Even though, yeah, we came up with rock and roll and different stuff, we wasn't the ones that was eating off of rock and roll. We eat off of soul
They house
R&B.
that. Let me get that.
Right,
Let me get that.
That-
That's fly. We like it.
Right.
Let me get that. We
No,
can
I'm
make
saying,
money off of
we
it.
started rock and roll, and then somebody co-opted it. Cool, y'all got that. Now where's rock and roll at now? Anything with some black people, you still on and popping. You still on and popping. I will say country music is really hitting because they some real live people too, and you're gonna have a real experience living on a farm, or living in a trailer, driving a tractor every day. You're gonna have a country western experience, and that music will bring forth. That music only comes from a certain place, and all those people from those certain places, they will feel the same shit. There's only one other genre of music, which is pop. You got country western, you got hip hop, well, hip hop and R&B, which I think is one, and you got country western. There are only three genres of music.
Man, this thing is a
Only
Los
three
Angeles
genres.
highway, man. It's got so many different roads you can go down. You can go down to one road if you want, and that's your choice. Got no problem with that. If you want to go down that one road, then that's cool. There's a road for you. It's niggas that make that style of hip hop for you. But, bro, this hip hop is like a highway now. It's going to take you to different places.
Yes.
It's going to show you different things. You can say, nope, 95 South.
Right.
95 South.
I don't want.
I ain't going nowhere else with 90. And that's
But
up. That's
80s
cool.
and 90s era
That's
New York
cool.
Mecca rap. You're like, all right, cool. We understand you gonna have Timberlands on, you know what I'm saying?
Nigga.
And it can go on in every song. Like you don't fuck with gin and juice. You don't fuck with my
Hip hop has done
song.
more for race relations than anything. It has, absolutely. I wish we could 100% benefit from those race relations. It seems like it because we always bringing everything to us, man. And they come in and they take it and they run it. You ever see a raccoon run off with something?
Oh man, they know they didn't do something. I know I did something. Bro.
Yo, a raccoon always run off like it's like, yo, do they see me or do they? Yeah, everything they take everything from hip hop, man. It is what it is, man. If you want anything to sell, man, sprinkle a little hip hop in it.
Yeah.
You know, look,
Yeah.
look, sprinkle a little hip hop.
So just a little bit, just a little
Just
bit.
a little bit,
I
man.
mean, I heard friends pop up in I want to say that was Tasty Cakes. No, it was somebody even probably big. I want to say it was Disney, but Friends. It popped up in the commercial. I'm like, that hip hop is all
Listen,
over
man,
the
we
place.
appreciate the debate, man. At the end of the day, man, because
Thank
that's what
you.
we here for, man.
Hell
We here for the
yeah.
debate, man. We here for the challenge. You know, listen. I know I'm 100% right, but I want you to challenge me. Absolutely. Every day, I want you to challenge us, man. Let us know your thoughts. This is what we call the walk.
Hell
And
yeah, man.
the walk is not nothing without challenge or debate. And I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I appreciate y'all walking with us.
That's what walking with us feels like, sounds like.
Yeah, this is how we.
Time to fuck in.
Yeah, this is
You
what
know what I'm
we
saying?
do.
We don't want to be right all the time, or we don't even know all the shit all
I'm
the
still
time.
right.
Let us know.
I'm still right, but I like the challenge, you know, because that's just me. I like the challenge. I like the I love it. I love it.
They know us. They
I love it.
They laugh.
I mean, I love it, man. I love it. Because at the end of the day, man, we all come from the same place. We all
True.
came from the same
True
walks
that.
of life. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could be anywhere in the world, man, but y'all rocking out with us.
True that. True that.
And that's what we love, man. We love to walk, man,
Thank
because
y'all.
at the end of the day, you know, pour up with us, walk with us. We've been around for the longest. We appreciate y'all because it's authentic here. It's 100% real. This is live. We don't do any taped. This is the live legends, man. It's the One Take Titans. This is us. This is what we do, and y'all are part of it.
Neighbor Nate, we gotta get you on the show.
You know what I'm saying?
Neighbor Nate,
This
we
is
gotta get you on the show.
this is. I say it again. This is the live legends, the One Take Titans. There is no recording here. There is no recording here. There is no editing here. This is what we do. What you see is what you get. It's incredible. It's terrible, but it's authentic
It's us.
and it's real.
That's for goddamn sure. That's for goddamn sure. Thank y'all. Love y'all.
It's Tuesday night, man. You're now rocking with the best. We appreciate y'all rocking out with us. Till the next time we on. And you know how we get down, man. That could be anytime, man. Hit that subscribe button, man. It don't take much. Don't take much. Hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, neighbor Nate,
You
we
know?
gotta get you on the show. And man, we gotta get that whole Kirkwood Street on the show, man. AP, neighbor Nate, yeah, yo.
Nah, we go at it. We go at it.
We was chiming in.
That's
Kirkwood
E-way
Street was
shit.
in the
We
building.
go at it. We go at it.
Nah, we was in the building, like representing.
We
that,
go at
that
it.
block. Now we know our shit. The
We go
area
at
look
it.
like a Kirkwood Street. We know our shit.
Listen,
Hello,
bro, take a schmoove out of here.
Got you, bro.
Take a schmoove out of here, bro.
Thank y'all.
Love
man.
y'all, man. Love y'all. Absolutely, no
We
question.
live at the Fire Nights podcast, man, and it's certain moments that you have when you do these things, and I think it's more the moment.
These guys came from Woods of Delaware.
Where was you from?
Now,
I'm from the
who's
east
fighting right
side.
now? Who's fighting right now? Who's fighting right
side.
now? Who's Let me see him. Let me see him. Let me see him. Let me see him.
Listen, man, it's your boy Green Hat,